Hard Mark Podcast.
Shrimp on the barbie. Shrimp on the barbie. Do you respect that? That's corruption. I could make a fake snake. You do not pee in the pool. You do not pee on the barbie. All of myself is clean.
Broadcasting from the Bickford Ford luxury box at Angel of the Winds Casino. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, a show where I, Eric Donaldson, wrestling fan of nearly 40 years, introduce one match per episode to my co-host who has never watched wrestling. We talk about the backstory, we watch the match, and then we rank that match on our ever-growing list. The purpose of the show is to see what happens when someone who's never watched wrestling is introduced to its most notable matches. Without any further ado, my authentically leopard up co-host, Flying Ryan Murphy. Ryan, how are you?
New term.
Yeah, leopard up. What does that mean in a hard mark parlance?
In a hard mark parlance.
Yeah, the parlance of our times. What should leopard up mean?
I think we just covered it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No more definition.
Yeah,
needed.
I think we really went over that pretty well.
Okay, pretty
Yeah.
thoroughly.
What?
WrestleMania happened. Did you watch any WrestleMania, Ryan?
No.
It was on ESPN.
I think I did see some clips, though. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It aired on ESPN proper. How's that make you feel?
Did you guys have an event for it? Did you guys get together?
No, this is the first WrestleMania. I saw like clips on Reddit, but this was the first WrestleMania that I didn't see any of live because we don't have cable, and then I don't subscribe to whatever it is, $30 a month ESPN streaming
Disney
package
Plus thing.
Yeah, whatever that's called. I don't subscribe to that either, and honestly, I didn't miss anything.
I mean, it's kind of the new school thing. Is like.
Sure.
Logan Paul and Speed and whoever. Like,
yeah, they were really loading it up with all the influencers they could between iShow Speed and
seems like those people, a lot of people there. You know?
Jelly Roll. It was the lowest. So granted, it's 2 nights, but it was actually, I'm pretty sure, like the lowest attendance for a WrestleMania in like a long time. So
that makes sense to me. Like.
Now, granted, profitability wise, it was probably still decent, just because they've jacked the ticket prices up so much. But yes, it's fairly low attendance. Next year's WrestleMania, Saudi Arabia, so that'll be a fun one for everybody. Yeah. Book your tickets now, everyone, to beautiful. I don't know if it's in Riyadh or where the fuck it's going to be, but yeah. So I don't know. I from afar. I'll see what happens with WWE, but I'm not. I don't really actively follow them. I haven't watched a show.
Hey,
in a long time.
We live golf. I feel
yeah. You have a similar sort of a feeling towards.
Yeah,
it.
I do. Yeah.
What was the clip that made? Was it the iShow Speed stuff?
That was on there. That guy pops up a lot. And then I always get like the Logan Paul clips too, which that sucks. I just hate that guy. So yeah,
it is very telling that you could very easily make the argument that the iShow Speed thing was like the highlight of WrestleMania weekend, and like by making that argument, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like that's the highlight of the whole weekend is like him. I was somebody who's not even a fucking wrestler doing a thing, but anyway.
Or the Costco guys, were they in there too? Or the
Costco guys are AEW, so that's where we draw the line in the sand.
Yeah.
Yes, Costco guys firmly team AEW. I'm not even joking. That's not even a joke thing.
No, I believe you.
Yes.
It's just
and that's the level of celebrity that we're getting on our side. Also, Kevin Nealon may be making an appearance on. I'm sure you don't know who Kevin.
I don't.
Yeah. Danny DeVito.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we'll see.
AEW.
Yeah. Kevin Nealon has challenged Danny DeVito to a wrestling. Okay, never mind. I was gonna like, Hans and Franz. Of fucking course you don't know Hans and Franz. Anyway, Kevin Nealon is
sounds like a cookie.
Let's move on. I'm gonna start with wrestling with the data.
Yeah,
because I know I always get you pumped up, and then I hit you with the data, and then you deflate. I've noticed that, so I'm gonna start with data, and then we're gonna go into the story of the match.
Start with the data that we like.
Yeah, so here's your record, just to set the stage, my friend.
Deflate.
Yeah, you deflate a bit. This is our 112th match.
Mm-hmm.
Your record, 63, 45, and 3. You are on a 2-match losing streak. In case you were curious.
But they haven't been bad losses. I've been pretty okay with them.
Last time was like a 6-guy match, so I don't think anyone expected you to win that, in all likelihood. But I don't remember what was before that.
It's tough to say.
Who remember? You can't remember the losses. Yeah. You just gotta. It's like Tom Brady says. You just got to keep moving forward. That's definitely a Tom Brady quote. If I've ever heard one.
Just got to keep moving forward.
Yeah. The last time that we watched ourselves a WCW match, Ryan, it was a star-studded affair featuring NBA stars Dennis Rodman and Karl Malone. Turns out Karl has a little bit of proclivities in his background that we didn't know about, but today will not have any of that going on, and it's also not going to have quite the crossover appeal, but perhaps it will have some other intangible quality that you'll be able to appreciate. Throughout 1998, it was clear that while WCW were trying to keep Hollywood Hogan away from the world title picture, they still very much considered him to be the face of the company and the main draw for new eyeballs. This would lead to Hulk mixing it up with names like Karl Malone, which we saw, and Jay Leno, which luckily we didn't see, as WCW was looking outside of its walls to find attractions for their pay-per-views. So again, they brought in Jay Leno for a match at some point as well. So as Halloween Havoc, their big October pay-per-view, was looming, Hogan boasted that he had beaten everyone. Everyone had been conquered by Hollywood, and the world of wrestling had always and will always be under Hulk Hogan's control. And in wrestling, when you say something like that, there's probably going to be a response. And so, after being out of the spotlight for years, and fan speculation ranging from maybe he's retired to maybe he's dead, none other than the Ultimate Warrior arrived in WCW to confront Hollywood Hogan. Now, it's been a while since we've seen the face-painted, racist, homophobic, Lisa Frank-ass, fake Native American, but allow me, Ryan, to catch you up on all the news since his previous appearance on the program. We've seen him twice. The last, if you can believe it, the most recent time we saw him was when Tony Tate was visiting us. So it's been a minute since you got kendoed. So we saw him once in episode 13. Once in episode 21. Again, this is episode, what is it? What did I say? 104? 104. Where did I leave off of my notes? In episode 13, he beat a peak of his powers Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 6 to become the new top guy in the WWF, which I don't expect you to remember anything from that. Probably the most notable moment for you was the never-ending bear hug. But as far as the Ultimate Warrior as the main face of the company, it would be a role he held for approximately a year before fading into the background as the WWF lost faith in him and they went back to promoting Hulk Hogan as the main draw in the company. So the Warrior was kind of looked at as a failed experiment a bit. And then in episode 21, Warrior defeated Randy Macho Man Savage in a career versus career match where the loser would be forced to retire. The match was largely overshadowed by the reunion of Randy Savage and his longtime manager, Miss Elizabeth. Now, as a quick summary, several months after that match with Savage, Warrior would hold up Vince McMahon, which is wrestling speak for refusing to perform unless certain demands are met. I did a bit of research. Here's what Warrior was demanding. $500,000. Just give me $500,000. A reduced schedule moving forward. And
so I want to work too.
I mean, hell yeah. And then a higher percentage of merchandise sales. So I don't know what they were getting paid, because it's all WWF merchandise. It's their machine. They're cutting a percentage of that to the wrestlers. He wanted a higher percentage allotted to him. So 500
Union guy.
Yeah, hell, when I think of Union men, I think of the Ultimate Warrior for sure. Vince agreed to the Ultimate Warrior's terms. And then, after the Warrior wrestled this match and came back through the curtain after the end of that match, McMahon proceeded to fire him. He said he was very happy to do so. 8 months later, McMahon would bring the Warrior back, and 6 months after that, the Warrior would be fired again after testing positive for steroids. That second firing would lead to a prolonged legal battle over money and intellectual property, with one of the results being the Ultimate Warrior, real name Jim Hellwig, legally changing his name to Warrior.
Nice.
Not Jim Warrior, not Warrior Hellwig, which is admittedly very cool, just Warrior. In later years, he would get married to a woman who would take his name, and she would become Dana Warrior. Now, after a 4-year absence, Warrior would get hired one last time by the WWF, which lasted for 3 months before he got fired yet again for missing shows. So that's like 3 different tenures, and none of them ended especially well. Now, during his multiple wrestling hiatuses, he would engage in a variety of activities, including starting his own comic book, his own wrestling school, which is ridiculous, and a running blog. And in that blog is really where we got a window into the poetic mind of the Warrior. For example, he had over 100 weapons of warrior wisdom, where he would either he would either write an inspirational quote of his own, or he would take quotes or writing from famous historical figures, and then he would add his own illustrations and thoughts of his own. Think of you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Michael Scott.
Yeah. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. He would do that with Noam Chomsky and shit like that. And he would birth those writings, those drawings out into the world. I do actually have some examples that I downloaded. Bear with me for a moment. I can show this to you here. Any questions so far as I bring this up?
No.
Let's see. So this is a drawing of himself. I'll read it to you and then I'll show it to you. It's a self-portrait. No, and it's got a speech bubble. No more voices. I want to, and then this is all caps. Feel it. Always believe. Warrior. And so...
Dash Warrior.
Yeah, so this is a weapon of warrior wisdom here.
Is it like a shirt? Like, is it merchandise?
I don't think so. I think eventually these drawings were put into a leather-bound book and sold on eBay. But yeah, I don't think it was ever a shirt or anything like that. Here's another one, which is kind of in line with what we were talking about. This is a quote from Sigmund Freud with a portrait of Sigmund Freud that's drawn. He's not a bad artist. I'll give him that. He's not a bad artist.
Did he draw this?
He drew this.
Okay.
And he included this quote, and then he also gave his added quote at the bottom, which I think he actually completely misinterpreted the original quote, but that's neither here nor there. So this is a quote from Sigmund Freud, famous psychologist. What is distressing? Wait, let's see. His handwriting's a little hard to discern. What a distressing contrast there is between the radiant intelligence of the child and the feeble mentality of the average adult. So that's a quote from Sigmund Freud. Do you have any interpretations of that quote?
Say that one more time.
Sure. What a distressing contrast there is between the radiant intelligence of the child and the feeble mentality of the average adult.
Okay.
Do you have any interpretations of that statement? What would be the Ryan?
I think it's a little bit like I think it's good. I think it's an interesting, good quote.
Sure.
A little bit like you see like.
Go ahead.
the view of the world by a child, right?
Sure, and they're open-minded.
And then you become an adult, and you're kind of see things for more of what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's also my interpretation as well. I'm also interpreting it that way.
Oh yeah.
That as a kid, your eyes are open to the world. You're more accepting of new concepts and new ideas, et cetera, et cetera. Here's the Warriors ad. So again, you can look at it. So again, it's a portrait of Sigmund Freud. There's the quote, and then at the bottom is a warrior quote.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah. So this says, and again, I'll try and. When one becomes a grown-up, one should think and act like one. Always believe, warrior.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I think he nailed the
100%,
the nail on the head right there. I think that was a perfect interpretation.
Profound.
Incredibly profound. Yeah. But anyway, those over 100 weapons of warrior wisdom that he posted on his website over the course of several years. Very, very profound stuff. So with Warrior officially done with Vince McMahon and the WWF, the only other company capable of affording Warrior and his unique brand of crazy was WCW. And so, towards the end of 1998, WCW would venture forth with their brand new toy. However, since the WWF owned the name Ultimate Warrior, WCW would just have to keep him as regular old Warrior. So the story of Warrior versus Hogan 2, it started as a simple one. Hogan claimed to have beaten everyone in wrestling, but everyone knew that he'd never beaten the Warrior. This was one point, among many, that the Warrior made upon his debut. While the crowd was electric upon his arrival, Warrior spent roughly 15 minutes on a rambling, nonsensical promo that only served to bore the ever-loving shit out of the live crowd and visibly annoy WCW boss Eric Bischoff, as he was painfully aware of how the segment was dragging on and on. And so he's in the ring while Warrior's talking, and you can see how pissed he's getting the longer this fucking goes on for. It's hard to think of too many other situations where someone has killed their own aura so quickly, but Warrior managed to pull it off. But WCW had made their investment, and they were going to see it through. So over several months, all sorts of wacky shenanigans would play out to build to their eventual rematch. Where Hogan had the New World Order, or NWO, Warrior created the OWN, or One Warrior Nation. He also kidnapped Hogan's lackey/weed carrier, the Disciple, a.k.a. Ed Boulder, a.k.a. Dizzy Hogan, a.k.a. Brutus the Barber Beefcake, a.k.a. Brother Broody, a.k.a. the Mariner, a.k.a. the Man with No Face, a.k.a. the Man with No Name, a.k.a. the Butcher, a.k.a. the Zodiac, a.k.a. the Booty Man, a.k.a. Furface, a.k.a. Ed Leslie.
The Mariner.
The Mariner, that's right. I think he had like tattered nets on him.
Nice, yeah.
Like he washed up on the shore somewhere.
I like it.
Also, during his time away from wrestling, Warrior appeared to have acquired some spooky powers. He would disappear into a plume of smoke. Bat signal-esque lights would display the Warrior symbol in the building. But for other things, sometimes it's better to show rather than tell. So here's a clip of Hollywood Hogan and Eric Bischoff hunting the Warrior.
Hogan's going back to his own locker room now.
Get out here, you idiots. I got something.
Come on, man. Take him out.
Take him out. Where's he at? Get out.
Hey, he was just here. I saw him come in here. You saw him come in here.
It's that Warrior.
Look at that. Look at him. What the? What? Look at. What's the matter with you, man? He's in the wall. He's in the mirror.
Hollywood. Okay. Look at what? Take it easy, Warrior. Okay, brother. I know the rules. I get the number. You're a disciple. Just play the game. How mad if I'm on the team? Oh, it's real funny. You think it's funny? What are you talking about? Look at the Warrior. Look at what? Laugh all you want. Look at what? Hollywood. Laugh all you want, Warrior. It's real funny. You know what? The last line is going to be Warrior. Okay, he's right there, brother. Warrior. I'm on the team. I know what to do with you, man. I'm going to rewrite it with you. I know, Warrior. It's you. Out of here. I know what to do with you, man. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the mirror.
Fucking spooky as shit.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
Yep.
So in that clip that we just saw, in case it didn't come across when I kind of extract the audio, Hulk Hogan could see Warrior in the mirror. The announcers could see Warrior in the mirror. We, the audience, could also see Warrior in the mirror, but Eric Bischoff could not. So it's unclear who's actually going crazy. It seems like it's really Eric Bischoff that's going fucking nuts, because all the rest of us can see fucking Ultimate Warrior in that goddamn mirror.
Well,
but we're meant to think that Warrior is able to project himself into the mind of Hulk Hogan. I think it's the takeaway that we're supposed to get across from that.
I thought there maybe was actually no mirror there.
Oh, ooh, like a real what's that? The Cell with Jennifer Lopez.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
I don't think that has anything to do with The Cell with Jennifer Lopez. But I just felt like making a Cell with Jennifer Lopez reference.
It sounded right.
What a great film.
Yeah.
But all these tricks, these mind games would lead to Hogan going a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He would attack his own nephew, Horace, his real-life nephew, actually, to demonstrate that if he... And then when I say nephew, you might think of like a little kid.
Yeah.
No, this is like a grown wrestler.
Got it.
That was in the company named again, Horace.
I was thinking a little kid. So, yeah.
No, he beat him up with a chair.
Oh.
His nephew, who was also in the NWO, Horace
Tony
Hogan.
style.
Exactly. He kendoed him real bad. So he did that. He attacked his little child nephew to demonstrate that if he was willing to attack his own family with a steel chair, what would he be willing to do to a man that he hated, like the Ultimate Warrior? And I'm sure there's other examples of the Warrior's incredible powers, but I think you get the gist. All of this is building to the climactic showdown between these two men. Hogan versus Warrior 2 would take place at Halloween Havoc in Las Vegas.
Ooh.
The question becomes, after nearly 10 years since their last match, can these two find the spark that they captured at WrestleMania 6 in 1990? Will Warrior prove once and for all that he is superior to the Hulkster, or will Hollywood Hogan's dominance in the world of wrestling continue? We'll find out.
Yeah.
Any questions?
I don't think so.
All right.
So I need to see.
Let's watch this thing.
That magnificent body of the Warrior.
Come on, Hogan. I've been waiting long enough for this.
He's going for something. Hogan's got something.
He's digging out. I have no idea what that is. What?
It's a lighter.
Hollywood Hogan. Was that like a fireball or something that he attempted to throw at the Warrior? He
tried to blind him.
He tried to blind.
He was going to burn that man.
That's what he was going to do. Would you look at this? Horace Hogan has come out with a chair in his hand.
Hogan's hurt.
Bischoff is coming out.
Hey, at least the Warrior has someone out here on his side in Horace.
And Bischoff's grabbed the referee. Horace has come in the ring. Horace hit the Warrior in the back of the head.
Why?
Why?
Run! Hogan wins the match.
Obvious to me that blood is thicker than water, gentlemen.
I can't believe what we just witnessed. Hogan wiped out this young man about 5 days ago.
Ryan is currently taking his post-wrestling pee. I imagine it's very similar to when certain people will pee after they've had relations. I don't know if he's worried about there being like some sort of transmitted disease that he would have got from that match, and he's just trying to, get all the poison out, as it were. Famous piece of advice from my father that he gave me later in life than it was probably, would have been most needed in, but make pee right after, and you won't get anything. Big ups to Dave. We just watched Hulk Hogan versus, Hollywood Hogan versus Warrior. Totally different match than Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. Ryan, what'd you think of the match?
It's kind of sad. It was a sad match. Like, even at the end, like, that was a sad ending to
it was
whatever.
I mean, granted, I've watched the match before. Obviously, I have my notes about the match. It's been a bit since I've seen it. I don't think anything especially noteworthy happened because I did have to duck out to help.
Yeah, I thought that was like a thing. I wasn't sure if it was like part of the. You did
What,
for
me
like,
leaving?
The whole match was you were gone, and I was just sitting there watching it like nothing's happening. Like, am I like getting filmed? Like, is there like a reaction?
You got punked. You got punked. Sorry.
Yeah. So
So I didn't miss anything of note then.
I thought you missed several things of note for the match, not anything good, but just.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see in my notes if I found it to be noteworthy or not.
Yeah.
But this is the first time I've ever not watched a significant length of the match with you in person.
Yeah.
Did you think that detracted from the match? Not me not being there with you.
This match?
Yeah.
I think it was a good match to leave if you're gonna leave a match. Like,
yeah, I just decided to get a snack.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
So okay. So you didn't like it? Is the long and the short of it? And you're getting annoyed with me that you feel like we haven't watched a good match in a while.
That I am. Yeah, I feel like we haven't watched a good match in a long time.
That's not true.
I think you've been putting on terrible matches like almost intentionally. Like
I have been sprinkling them in.
Good matches or
bad matches? But like
Acid Rain.
Like acid. Like last time, the Elimination Chamber, I thought that was going to be a really good match for you. You thought it was okay.
What did I put it? You said like 40?
It was almost 40.
Yeah, I don't think we've had anything high here for...
What was 102? Oh, yeah. I mean, there was the... You can't be mad at me for the Jake Roberts, the drunk Jake Roberts.
The Snake?
Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
Who was fondling the snake. That was good. Even though the match may not have been good, that was a good fucking episode. You can't be mad at me for that. Well, he was drunk in the ring. They were beating the shit out of him.
I'm talking about a good I don't care if people drink, Eric. I want good wrestling. I want some good wrestling, you know?
And then, you didn't like Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. The problem is that the two matches that I've given you that I thought you were going to really like, you didn't give a fuck about. And then episode 100 was, of course, Toni Storm versus Mariah May. That's probably the most recent match that was like ranked somewhat highly. But even then, because of your... feelings against women, you didn't really rank it that highly, but it was the highest of the grouping. All but right. I'll see before we finish things out. I'll take a look. If I need to make adjustments, I can. But
I don't say you have to make adjustments. I'm just saying, like it. Like, I'm okay with bad matches in a row. That's. But it's been like every match the last like.
I just went through what they were.
Yeah, I know, but they've all been like not great.
Not great, or.
Like, I haven't seen like
you want a top 30.
We do these matches probably every few weeks to a month apart. I don't know.
Month or so. Point.
Yeah. So like this has been almost 6 months. I haven't seen a good match.
That's not true. Toni Storm versus Mariah May was a good match.
What was it ranked?
Fuck off with your fucking ranking questions. God damn it. Hold on. I'll find out. Give me 1 second. You're just as easily as capable of finding this out as I am. 31 currently.
See, it hasn't cracked 30. We have not cracked 30 in like 6 months.
You such and such. Let me see here.
I'm giving some grace here. 30 shouldn't be the line that we're looking at. We should.
Ospreay versus Ricochet's 25 for you. That was match 104. This was match 112 that we just saw.
That's a while ago, yeah. Do you have dates on those or no?
I don't have dates. I just have the order that we watched them in. So that's the most recent in the top 30 specifically, if that's what you're...
Okay. I mean,
although actually, no, I take that back. I apologize. Toni Storm versus Mariah May is 30. And that was episode 100.
Okay.
That was match 108.
There's got to be some bangers out there, and you haven't thrown like a really good one in there for a while.
I'll see what's planned for next time before we wrap things up. But I bet, because I have been doing a thing where it's like, okay, we got to get through some of these shitty matches. That
was intentionally bad match.
This was intentionally bad. Yeah. I was not. I was not proposing this as like you're really gonna like.
I'm surprised because it seemed like with who was in it and like gave it like.
When have you ever loved a Hulk Hogan match?
Rarely.
Never.
Never. Are they not? Yeah. Okay. That's probably a fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, this was a match where it was like, oh, this is bad. And like you can't just have a bad match. It has to be so bad where it's like noteworthy bad.
This was noteworthy bad.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So that's the reason for this. And so I have not been putting intentionally
in the middle of your shitty matches, you put a noteworthy shitty match in there.
Yes. So this is a noteworthy shitty match, which means in theory that the next match should be good.
Okay. Well,
we'll find out.
Yeah.
In fact, as I'm talking through it, I think I know what the next match will be, but we'll verify.
Okay.
So, to the notes, Hogan comes out first. He's got very cool feather boas.
Yeah.
I used to have feather boas. They made a mess everywhere. The feathers would come out.
Just shedding.
They would just shed. Yeah, shed all over the place. Then they show a video of Hulk Hogan hitting his tiny 3-4-year-old tops nephew, Horace, with a chair.
He's not so tiny anymore.
Which I don't want to like jump ahead to the very end, but like Horace makes an appearance. They really go out of their way to be like, this fucking shit happened before the match. You should be aware that he beat the shit out of his nephew.
I guess.
And despite that, you still, when he showed up, you're like, who the fuck's that guy?
Well, okay. Okay, you're right.
Like, we watched the interview with Hulk where they were like talking the whole time about like family values. And then right before the match, again, they showed him hitting him with the chair.
That's right.
They did what they could. Like, great. I'm not making excuses for this match because it's not a very good match. But for the Horace element, they did try to like pepper in like, hey, you should be aware this fucking shit happened beforehand.
Well, you told me about it before. I lost so much interest.
That's possible.
And mid-match.
I can't blame.
And I had to watch it alone too.
There's a camera shot, at least 5 to 10 seconds, and I'm simply quoting the sign. Don't cancel me. I'm simply quoting the sign. The sign reads: Bischoff is A, retarded, B, broke, C, a gimp, D, all the above, and then the D was circled. So he's a retarded.
I kind of liked him.
Bischoff?
I thought he had a good style to him, yeah.
His hair at this era weirds me out.
Really?
I'm used to like longer hair Bischoff. Like that was the look.
I don't think I've...
You have, but
fine, but this is, yeah.
It wouldn't stick to your ribs in a way that would be meaningful. Yeah. But yeah, this short-haired version of Bischoff just is weird to me. But he's a great character. You can't say that he wasn't. I mean, in the same way that Vince McMahon, for all of his faults, also a terrific wrestling character. Warrior comes out now. And then as Warrior comes out, Hulk Hogan, there's a lot of this. He's working the crowd. He's vamping ringside. You can make out little bits of things that he says. I can kill this guy. And that's a Hulk Hogan, Michael Scott quote for you right there. But he's doing a lot of crowd work. Crowd work was probably like the main takeaway from this match.
They did crowd work. I thought the crowd looked good, but they didn't.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I bet they're a little bummed. On this match.
Probably. The main event was actually pretty good.
That might be what they're... Okay, fine.
So I don't think that they were
silver lining. That might have been
I don't think that the plan was like, oh, we're going to really fucking tank this match and then have the main event make up for it. I don't think that was the plan, but it did help, I think, for the live audience anyway. The pay-per-view audience, the people who paid for the show, if you remember when we were watching it and then it went to like a weird like screen, that the pay-per-view feed cut off. And so people who had paid money for the pay-per-view didn't get to see the main event. And so then they showed the main event on Monday Nitro the next day. Yeah. Because they were like, oh, fuck, sorry.
You know how that goes when you're in a Wave broadband call center.
Oh, yeah. Those poor call center employees. I'm sure they loved WCW that night. But Hogan insisting Warrior gets checked out. Warrior strikes him and knocks Hulk Hogan over. And then there's a lot of... I mean, if you had to summarize this match, it's crowd work. It's punches to the back. A lot of punches to the back.
A lot of duck, duck, goose type of
What does that mean?
It's like just right around circles. Like they're doing this. They're bouncing off like each is insane.
Oh, you're getting into the crisscross. The
crisscross. They did everything but like wrestle.
Crisscross will make you jump.
They say like in football, if you watch a game, right?
Okay.
There's like 60-minute game,
3
hour total thing, but there's maybe like 10 minutes of actual plays.
Yeah.
That was this match. But like even more, like maybe
people love football. You love football, so you must have loved this match.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Right. That's the point you were making. Big shoulder block from the Warrior. Hogan bails out to the floor. Wouldn't you guess it? More crowd work from Hulk Hogan. Back in the ring now. Warrior goes for the test of strength. Okay, I'm still watching at this point. I haven't left yet. They just lock up instead. Hulk with some punches in the corner. Warrior's selling around this point. I did see this right before I went upstairs. So Hulk Hogan's booting the Warrior. The Warrior's grabbing hold of the ropes, and he's like basically thrusting up, and like each time he thrusts up, then like Hulk will kick him in the stomach over and over. It's really good wrestling. I think that's all you can say.
I think we should talk about what you did upstairs of the match.
What I did upstairs?
Yeah, that might be.
I helped my daughter go pee in the potty, and then we changed her into her nighttime diaper and pajamas.
Okay.
And she watched, what was she watching? She was watching people doing the voices and playing with toys of Bingo and Bluey. But it wasn't like an animated Bingo Bluey. It was like a toy Bingo Bluey like thing. Not quite animation, but a toy-based thing. And then we went upstairs and put her to bed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, while that was happening, Ryan was watching a knuckle lock in the corner. That's the last thing I remember before I went upstairs. He has him in the corner. Whoops, this is empty anyway. He has Warrior in the corner, And then he does the knuckle lock over the rope, and it's what the fuck?
I don't like that. I don't like when your arm bends that way.
So you thought it was painful. You thought it looked like a good thing. I have a note right at this point, and I swear this isn't my trigger, like I should go upstairs, but I have a note here. Oh man, this thing is lasting forever.
Dude, I bet it feel like
I
there's
swear
something
that was
behind this. Like I was
every
left alone
shitty match.
for a reason.
I'm gonna go, Ryan. Just let me know what your pick is, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Warrior tries to fight out. Maybe was farting. Fans. I have a note here. Fans are getting restless. Is that something you picked up on? I think there was booing at various points in this match. Like, people are just like, fucking do something. And so rather than booing what's happening in the ring, they're just like basically booing the general thing that they see in front of them at this point. Again, I don't know if that caught your attention or not, but again, I have a note here about it. Let's see here. Warrior clotheslines Hulk back to the floor. Hogan gestures for Warrior to come out after him. Warrior does and throws Hulk into a barricade. Punches. Hulk goes to the eyes. If any of this is noteworthy, feel free and chime in.
Hulk went for the eyes?
Apparently, yes.
So
this is just what I have written down.
No. There was a shot, and I don't remember it being right there, like right after you left. I don't know, but like there wasn't there was an eye, like he was grabbing by the eyes, like.
Oh, okay.
And
all right.
It stood out to me. Like, it was kind of gross. Like
some good eye work.
It's kind of insane. Like, what have I seen? Like, you know.
Well, you've seen Vader's eye pop out of the socket. You've seen that.
Yeah, but okay, but like,
that's probably the most prominent eye thing that we've seen.
He like grabbed him by the mouth and the eyes. Like it was kind of a.
You gotta love a good fish hook. I always say. I say that all the time. Yeah. Both men trying to throw the other into the ring post. Hulk ends up getting thrown into it. Back in the ring, Hulk ducks a clothesline. Sloppy. Oh, here we go. Sloppy drop down and shoulder block ref bump.
Yeah.
So I think I do remember that, where like they try and kind of do some finagling and then the referee gets like taken out. I'm sure Nick Patrick did his hands in the air bump when that took place, because that's a classic bit of Nick Patrickness. And then when that happens, Hulk drops a knee on the referee for good measure, just to make sure. Just stay the fuck down. At this point, Hulk calls in reinforcements. Now that the referee is down, the Giant casually jogs out. He goes for a big boot, but he hits Hulk Hogan. Who he's gonna pay for that. Warrior then clotheslines the Giant. Stevie Ray and Vincent get clobbered. I think this is the last time the fans care about this match. I have written down.
You just have pretty vague notes here, like.
Warrior goes for a pin. Ref is still down. I think that's what you were talking about with, Warrior already won this. I've said this to you before. I'll say it to you again.
This counts as a win?
It does not count as a win. It absolutely is a loss because you picked Warrior. But visual pinfalls, if they do that shit, and I don't know at what point you texted me during this match.
It was after that.
It was after this. Yeah. A visual pinfall is basically a way of saying, hey, if everything was even, this guy would win.
Of course.
Which almost certainly means this guy's gonna fucking lose.
No, I agree. Like, and I understood. Like that was when I hit you up. Like,
sure.
They always do the ref is down and they pin someone.
Yes,
it's like,
yes.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, but
almost every time.
That wasn't why I made my pick. Like,
sure,
yeah.
But for future reference, you can use if you see a visual pinfall. Not 100% of the time, but more often than not, if you see that, that guy's losing.
Yeah, but Hulk did it too.
Oh, they both. Who did it first?
No, like the Warrior did it first.
Okay,
and then Hulk did it second.
I see.
And then
got it.
So they both did it.
Okay, I guess I haven't gotten to that in my notes yet. No. I'm not the expert about this match. You are. Clearly, you're the expert in this match.
Saw it. I had to watch it.
Had to watch it twice. I rewound. Yeah. What did I miss? I need to go back and see.
You're gonna go back. Oh god.
I did rewind a little bit. And he thought he was going to rewind the whole time, and he was like, "No, Eric, you don't. No, it's okay. It's really, you don't need to do it." Okay, yeah. So Warrior goes for a pin. Ref's still down. Hogan hits a back suplex and goes for a pin. Like no one's been pinned by a fucking back suplex since 1983. And Warrior kicks out. And then we got a series of knees to the Warrior's back. Hogan starts whipping Warrior with the weight belt. He chokes him with it. The ref pulls Hogan off, which means a different thing in the United States than it does in the UK. and then Hogan puts the weight belt back on.
He took his pants off. God, it was a little sexual, right?
His yoga pants?
He took the belt off his pants, like he's down.
That does sound sexual. Here we go. This is what I think you were talking about. Hogan rips at Warrior's face in front of the camera.
Oh, that might have been it. Yeah, because I didn't think it happened that early. Yeah, that was brutal.
Oh, I remember this too. Okay, a body slam, a scoop slam from Hulk Hogan. Warrior with rolling defense, so he just rolls on the mat away from Hulk Hogan to avoid elbow drops.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Little kid shit.
And he kind of rolled into him at one point, knocked him over.
Right.
Yeah, and it was kind of dramatic, but that was the best move of the fight,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So good. Warrior goes for a running splash. Hulk moves. The crowd is fucking dead. Punch exchange. Awkward fall from Hulk. Now Warrior is doing the whipping. Warrior wraps the belt around his fist and punches Hulk. Hogan... here's why I reemerge. Hulk Hogan digs rolling papers out of his tights.
Yep.
Warrior comes up from behind. Hulk Hogan attempts to light the paper on fire and throw it at Warrior, but it doesn't work, and he ends up singeing his own eyebrows with it.
Using flint to light a fire, that's what it looked like right there. He's having trouble, he just did it a couple times,
So this fire spot goes back fucking years. In Memphis, it was a thing that was very, very prevalent. Jerry Lawler was adept at using the fire. But so when guys who were good at it would do it, you didn't see them holding a lighter, right? Yeah. They just were doing it and obstructing your view, and all you saw was fire being thrown at their opponent. And when it was done right, it looked fucking great. It was just holy shit, where'd that fucking come from? In this scenario, they very clearly see Hulk Hogan.
They're calling it out.
If you're an announcer, you can't not just. He's pulling paper out of a Ziploc bag now. He's pulling out his Zippo lighter, and you see him fumbling with all this paper. He's struggling mightily to do it, which I get it. It's sweaty. You're in the middle of a ring. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, but everything about this did go fucking wrong. He eventually, as mentioned, did light some paper, but just got himself. And you couldn't even pretend that he got the Ultimate Warrior, which
was weird. It was a weird moment.
To their credit, which is probably the only thing you can say about in this match, to their credit, they did not pretend that he got the Ultimate Warrior. Because the story of the match was going to be... He throws the fire at Warrior. Warrior's now blind, fucking Bloodsport style, and the Warrior has to make his comeback while blind.
How do you know that?
They've talked about it.
They just okay. Right. So are they improving some of this stuff now?
At this point, they're fully improving.
Oh shit!
The story that we were going to go with of Warrior making a comeback blind is fucked.
Oh god damn it!
So now, well, he was still going to lose.
Oh, he was okay. All right.
But the way they were going to get to him losing was going to be different. So they're not improving the end of the match, but they are improving the point to that stage. So Hogan gets color. I don't know if that was planned or not. They could have very easily improvised it on the spot once that shit happened. Warrior's hitting a few axe handles, etc. Hogan's now somehow bleeding. I don't know. I guess from an axe handle from the top rope, I suppose. Hogan goes for the leg drop. He hits it, but he doesn't go for a pin. And then Horace Hogan, his tiny baby nephew, holding a steel chair and a baby bottle that he's drinking from, emerges from the back. Warrior begins worrying. Warrior begins worrying. I don't even know how you'd say that.
Worrying.
Warrior.
Oh, you're war. Oh,
he's warrioring.
Yeah. Nice.
Because hulks up. He's hulking up.
Nice.
Warrior worrying. Warrioring
nice.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Lukewarm response at best. Series of clotheslines. Bischoff literally headlocks the ref, which usually when you're distracting, you just hey, hi. You don't physically grab them, but whatever. Horace then hits Warrior in the back with a chair. Hogan pins Warrior. That's the end of the match.
Yeah.
And then post-match, Hulk tells Horace, "You passed the test." What a family moment. Horace then begins pouring lighter fluid on Warrior. WCW security intervenes before the Warrior is lit on fire. What a shame.
It just the fact that there was no additional matches or no follow, it's such a sad story because he kind of came in and took out NWO's team. That's when I was okay, I think he might have this.
Sure.
And then he gets beat, and then he gets like lighter fluid poured all over him, and then they just leave it. And he kind of looks sad, but like you would think that's like a revenge, like, oh shit, like
sure.
But
yes.
you said his career is kind of done.
He definitely never wrestled again in WCW.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like
maybe he made like another appearance or two, but like this was his last prominent match.
Yeah.
No one knows for sure. It is highly, highly speculated that the only reason they brought in Warrior was for Hulk Hogan to beat him and, quote, get his win back.
In the shittiest way possible.
In the shittiest way humanly possible, yes.
Yeah, okay, well, hey.
Any curiosity, any guesses? We've been doing cage match as of late. Do you want the cage match score before or after you rank this?
What do you mean, do I want the cage match score?
Cage match is, this will be a thing I say every single episode. Cage match is the IMDb of wrestling. So it's scored by users. So would you like the cage match score now?
Yeah, this is going to go low. I don't know. Okay. I don't even know if I need to pull up my...
The cage match rating for this match is 0.51. Yeah. Just so you're...
And is that out of 10?
That is out of 10. Yeah. That is, it's out of not only 10, but like, 10 and 2 decimal points.
Yeah.
So, yes.
I wish I really liked it.
I wish you did, too. Yeah. That would have made my life so much easier. We could have gone back and watched it, and you would have really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should rank it even without you loving it, I suppose.
Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. Hulk Hogan versus Andre and the Giant. They're right there.
What a weird collection. Let's see. So where are you looking right now? You're looking in bad. Or no, you're looking at
I'm
awful.
looking at both of them. They're both in between bad and awful. The one's in bad, one's in awful.
Is this trash? Is this a trash match?
Oh, the last one.
Is this the poopy trash section?
I don't know if it goes in trash, just because like I think the event itself looked.
What, you can't? Oh, that's ridiculous. Just because
I was a little hyped. I was a little hyped by the match, the mirror thing. Like the venue. Like I didn't think it was going to be this.
The top
bad.
of trash is Gene Dubois versus Terrible Ted the Wrestling Bear. That's where a literal bear wrestled a man. So the question becomes: is Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus Warrior better than Terrible Ted's match against Gene Dubois?
God, there's so many Hulk Hogans like right here.
You've got a Hulk section for sure. There's absolutely a Hulk section.
You cut that like middle part out and just make
I don't know
Hulk
how
section.
any time that we don't like watch a Hulk Hogan match, you don't just throw up your hands like this fucking shit again. Like every time you're like, oh, he's a really big name.
I expect it to be like a good I don't go in with low expectations when it comes to Hulk.
You fucking should.
I know.
To be fair, though, I think there's maybe just one or two Hulk Hogan matches that we'll watch, and I can't really imagine anything else that we'd see unless we went back to like the 80s to revisit some stuff. Okay. So in this general area that we're looking at, Big Show versus Eric Rowan, that was the stairs match. That was the match where all weapons were illegal except for steel steps. That was a very notable match that we saw.
Is that on my list?
That is number 105 in your list. It's down towards the bottom of awful. Second from the bottom of awful. And then Vampiro versus the Kiss Team, which is the absolute bottom of awful. That was the graveyard match. That was a match we watched very early on.
I know. I had the DVD.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gave that back, right?
I don't remember. I
had it sitting in.
I'm sure if you still have it, it's definitely made the move with you to Vegas and Denver and back.
I kind of just feel like I just want to put it like the new 101 and just make like a little Hulk list here.
You're just so neat and tidy.
Yeah, I mean, I just do that.
It doesn't sound scientific to me.
It does. It feels scientific.
So new 101 for you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see where this falls for me. It's probably going to be lower if I had to guess, but let's take a peek-see. So my 101 is Team WCW versus Team NWO versus Team Piper. That was a big clusterfuck team, but it was like a Royal Rumble type style like entrant thing. That match sucked, but this was worse than that. Al Snow versus Big Boss Man Kendall from Hell. That was like entertaining in a morbid like this really sucks sort of way. Actually, the lowest Hulk Hogan match I have is the very bottom of my list. That's the Mega Powers versus the Alliance to End Hulkamania. So I've got Jake and Yokozuna versus Jim Neidhart and King Kong Bundy. That has, again, a morbid appeal to it, where it's like you can't take your eyes off of that train wreck.
This isn't my decision, Eric. This is yours.
I'm working my way through it.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you for your
I'm just
input.
Yeah.
I'm just saying out loud. I don't think this has that morbid, like, oh, I have to keep watching because anything could go wrong at any point. Ooh, Andre the Giant versus Kamala versus this.
That's my last one.
It is. It's your bottom ranked match. So Andre the Giant versus Kamala. I think that was better than this. I'm gonna say this is my new 110. So I'm bumping down Jenna Maraska. I'm gonna say it's just slightly better than Jenna Maraska or Queen Charmel,
but not as you, Eric.
Huh?
What's that say about you?
That says that I hate the show Survivor. All right, we gotta end this thing. We have to end it eventually. Ryan's gonna go get some Arby's. His TikTok feed's just filled with meat and 3 deals.
Eric's wisdom tree. It's gone downhill real quick.
It's not, actually. It's not.
There's be some production in that.
I do post add an echo for the record. Okay. This feels right. This feels right. This is a rhetorical question. I'm just posing this out. You can chime in, of course, but this isn't something I'm asking you to answer. How come a guy that runs a prostitution ring is called a pimp, but a lady that does it is called a madam?
Is that true?
That's true. That's real. Pimp definitely has a connotation, and like it's probably a fair connotation. But like a madam sounds like, oh, what a sophisticated woman this is.
Like more like queen like.
Yeah, very queen like.
Yeah.
Queen Latifah-ish. Is that a reference that you know?
Queen Latifah?
Yeah, Queen Latifah.
Yeah. But
you didn't know what fucking lepers were, brother. I don't know.
Lepers is insane.
It strikes me as odd that a male pimp is a pimp and then a male or female pimp is a madam.
What should a male running a prostitution ring be referred to as?
I mean, I think pimp is fine.
Yeah.
Pimp's not the issue. The issue is madam. Madam's the problem.
I think it'd be better if a woman ran the ring, right? Because it's like it's a woman's industry. Like,
sure. I think historically, I'm refusing to fucking go to Wikipedia anymore today.
I think you go to Wikipedia that much.
I think historically, like a madam runs like a whorehouse.
Okay.
So like you go to the house. So like a pimp is just like a street guy that like, where's my money, yada yada. Like I saw you got in that car. This is like a house. It's like a den mother, like at a college, like a sorority type of thing. Like she's the madam. She's lording over these women. Okay. I think that's usually how it works.
That's fine. That seems fair to me.
I think they made reality shows about this type of situation.
Yeah, like the Bunny House.
Oh, that wasn't what I was thinking about, like an actual prostitution like reality show, which I think did exist on TLC for a minute.
Yeah.
But Bunny House is like, that's Hugh Hefner, which is, he's not a madam.
Whatever the one in Vegas is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, okay, yeah.
There's also other terms for madams as well, which I didn't realize until I looked.
Is Hugh Hefner a pimp?
Probably not. Probably not.
Okay.
I think because like pimp, like he probably did share women.
I bet he did,
but not for money. I doubt it was for money. So depending on how you're defining it, like if you're strictly saying a pimp is someone who has control of these women and then like in exchange for money will provide sexual favors from these women. If that's your definition, then no, I don't think he was a pimp. Yeah. He was probably a lot closer to like an Epstein-ish figure than he was a pimp.
Well, like they were in Playboy at his house. Like
he was like,
rolling in dough from that.
Yeah, but I think so. Like if you remember, like towards the height of Hugh Hefner's celebrity status in like the 2000s, he had 3 girlfriends.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I would be shocked if he was not like loaning them out to other people in his circle. Like that would be very surprising if that wasn't the case.
Well, that's fine. It's fine. No, I don't have an issue with madam. I think it's.
Oh, that part's fine. Got it.
I think it's okay.
What about procurer or brothel? Brothel.
Brothel's like a name of a house, though. Like,
well, sure. Brothel keeper is another term.
I mean, that could be like that. That's not sex defined, right? Like it doesn't male female. Like
Oh, a brothel. Oh, could there be a?
Yeah, like that just sounds like it.
Maybe, I don't know. I've never.
Brothel keeper could be like.
I already told you I'm not Wikipediaing anything else, so I refuse to verify if brothel is a gender specific.
We'll just let what you know.
Best.
This is what happened before we just discussed these things. You know, like,
this is how men lived back in the 80s. Okay, we didn't need fucking computers to tell us what to think about shit. So yeah, I don't know. I find it. Maybe it is more dignified because again, there's a house and there's a house involved. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe you've changed my mind on this, Ryan.
Have I?
I think so. You've won my heart and mind over.
Thanks.
You started with models and bodybuilders, and now we've come here, and you've changed my mind yet again.
Oh,
Debate Team Murphy.
Debate
Team Murphy over here. Anything you want to impart upon the Markomaniacs before we wrap this thing up?
I don't think so. I think
you're tapped out.
Yeah.
You've seen all the wrestling that there is to see. And I'm almost certain I know what the next match is planned to be. And if it is that, then you can't say that I'm not doing my best.
Okay. All right.
But let me verify. Yes, it's the one that I thought that it was. Okay. Do you want a hint or no?
No.
Okay. Then
if I get a hint, then it'll just pop my TikTok somehow. Like,
is that how it works?
Yeah, I'll end up like, it'll weasel its way into my.
What if I didn't tell you any competitors? What if I just told you a thing?
You want to give me like sure.
I'll just give you one word.
Okay, yeah.
Ladder.
Fuck yeah.
I'll just say that. Next, you got a ladder coming up next time.
Dude, that's right up my alley.
Okay, I'm glad I've won you back.
I'm stoked, yeah.
We've got one more episode of this thing at least. Ryan was on the cusp. He was on the verge of bailing out, but I think ladder is bringing him back to the fold. So we got that. But again, normal spiel, review, rate, only if they're good, etc. If you're not hard, get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. Take it sleazy, everybody. Kevin Nealon is...
Sounds like a cookie.